soldiers, without noise. Yet, it's the most intense war you'll ever face. It's the war inside your own mind. It's the quiet distance between who you are and who you could be. It's the struggle between your goals and your doubts. It's the collision between your potential and your patterns. No one else sees it. No one else hears it. But you feel it every single day. The thoughts that tell you to wait, the fears that tell you to stay where you are, the insecurities that whisper that you're not enough, the hesitation that shows up every time you try to rise. That is the silent battle. And the truth that most people never learn is this. Your mind is not a mirror reflecting your limits. It is a lens that can be cleaned, adjusted, and upgraded. The limits you think you have are often illusions your past taught you to believe. Today, we're going to break those illusions. We're going to step out of the old mental cages. We're going to learn how to escape the mind's limitations, not with motivation alone, but with transformation. Let's begin. Number 1, you are fighting an old version of yourself. Most of the limits in your mind were built years ago. A criticism you heard when you were young. A failure you didn't know how to interpret. A moment where you didn't feel enough. A time life broke you and you didn't know how to rebuild. Your mind took each of those moments and wrote rules. Don't speak up. Don't take risks. Don't trust people. Don't try again. Don't expect too much. Don't aim too high. What's wild is that these rules stay in your mind long after the world has changed, long after you have changed, long after the situation has changed. You are not fighting the world. You are not fighting your circumstances. You're fighting an old version of you that still thinks it needs to protect you. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's just using outdated data. It's operating on old fears. The battle begins the moment you realize this truth. Your mind is trying to keep you safe, but sometimes safety is the most dangerous thing you can choose because safe keeps you small. Safe keeps you stuck. Safe keeps you silent. Safe protects your comfort, but it destroys your evolution. Number 2, the invisible prison. Most people don't realize they're living inside a mental prison because the prison doesn't look like a prison. It looks like routines, like fear disguised as logic, like comfort pretending to be happiness, like habits that numb you, like goals you keep postponing, like dreams you secretly stop believing in. Your inner prison is made of thoughts that feel like facts. I'm not ready. I'm not capable. I'll never be good at this. People will judge me. I always fail. It's too late for me. I don't have what it takes. But here's the truth. A belief repeated enough times becomes a rule. A rule repeated enough times becomes a limitation. A limitation repeated enough times becomes your life. You're not trapped because the world is unfair. You're trapped because you've been negotiating with your own doubts. And you cannot win a battle if you keep shaking hands with the enemy. Your mind's limits only feel real because you've never pushed past them. The moment you challenge them, even once, the walls begin to crack. Number 3, you are not your thoughts. One of the greatest misunderstandings humans have is this. We think our thoughts define us. We think because the mind says I can't, that it must be true. We think because fear shows up, it must mean danger is near. We think because doubt appears that something is wrong. But your thoughts are not commands. They're not prophecies. They're not instructions. They are simply signals passing through a mind trained by your past. Imagine sitting by a highway. Cars pass by constantly, some loud, some quiet, some fast, some slow. But you don't chase every car. That's how thoughts work. They pass, they appear, they disappear. Some are useful. Most are noise. You do not have to believe every thought you have. You do not have to obey every fear you feel. You do not have to absorb every insecurity that enters your mind. Here is the shift that changes everything. Your mind produces thoughts, but you choose which ones to follow. Once you understand this, you unlock your freedom. Number 4, your mind learns from evidence, not emotion. People wait for confidence, wait for courage, wait for clarity, wait for the right moment. But your mind doesn't change through waiting. Your mind changes through proof. Your brain updates based on what you do, not what you promise yourself you'll do. You don't become confident because you think positive thoughts. You become confident because you repeatedly act in ways that build confidence. You don't overcome fear by hoping it disappears. You overcome fear by taking small steps while fear is still there. You don't break mental limits by imagining a new life. You break them by living differently. One decision, one action, one uncomfortable step at a time. Your mind is like a scientist. It rewires based on patterns. It adapts based on evidence. Do something brave and your mind upgrades. Do something hard and your mind expands. Do something uncomfortable and your mind changes. Even the smallest action is more powerful than the largest intention. This is why escaping your mind's limits always begins with movement. Not massive steps, not dramatic changes, just movement. Number 5, comfort is the silent destroyer. The greatest danger in life isn't failure. It's comfort. Comfort feels safe, familiar, predictable. It gives you the illusion of peace while quietly stealing your potential. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. Every great life, every transformation, every breakthrough was built by someone who chose growth over comfort. They woke up one day and realized, I can't become the person I want to be while staying the person I am. Escaping your mind's limits requires discomfort. Not pain, but discomfort. Not suffering, but stretch. Because the version of you who wins, the version of you who thrives, the version of you who unlocks their creativity, discipline, purpose, and greatness, that version does not live inside your comfort zone. It lives in the space you've been avoiding. Number 6, rewrite the story. Your mind's limits survive because you've never challenged the story that says you're not enough, the story that says you always fail, the story that says you don't deserve more, the story that says you should stay where you are. But here's the secret: your story is not the truth. It is simply the perspective you've been repeating. Change the perspective and change the story. Change the story and change the belief. Change the belief and change your entire life. Ask yourself, what if this belief is outdated? What if I'm capable of more than I think? What if I've been wrong about myself? What if the fear I feel is just a signal I'm growing? What if my mind's limits are not facts, just familiar lies? Question your thoughts. Interrupt the old patterns. Challenge the inner critic. Rewrite the narrative. The moment you question the story loses its power. Number 7, identity, the root of all change. This is the deepest truth. You cannot escape your mind's limitations without changing your identity. Your mind does not follow goals, it follows identity. If you believe you're inconsistent, you'll sabotage every routine. If you believe you're unlucky, you'll overlook every opportunity. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll push away every blessing. If you believe you're broken, your mind will find evidence to prove it. But identity can change. Identity can evolve. Identity can be rebuilt. And the moment you decide to become someone new, your mind begins rewiring itself around that choice. Don't ask, how do I stop procrastinating? Ask, what would a disciplined person do today? Don't ask, how do I become confident? Ask, what would a confident version of me choose in this moment? Don't ask, how do I escape my limits? Ask, who is the version of me with no limits, and how do they live? Step into that identity. Act from that identity. Repeat that identity. Your mind will follow. Number 8, winning the silent battle. If you're listening to this, remember one thing. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not stuck. You are simply fighting a battle that no one ever taught you how to win. And if you want more videos that help you break limits, rebuild your mindset, and rise into your highest potential, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and